Your heart is the center of the circulatory system. It is quite small relative to the size of your body, about the size of your two hands clasped together. It is the most hard-working organ in your body. Heart is pumping blood through blood vessels, which delivers oxygen and nutrients to all your body organs and tissues. It does so since when you're a small fetus, about 8 weeks old. It beats around 100,000 times every day. Surprisingly, your heart will keep beating even if it's separated from the body, because it has its own electrical impulse. Heart is a four-chambered hollow organ. It is divided into the left and right side by a wall called the septum. There are two atria, which collect blood from the body, and two ventricles, which push blood out of the body. The atria and ventricle work together, contracting and relaxing, to pump blood out of your heart. So let's take a closer look at what actually happens every time you hear a heartbeat. The oxygenated blood from your body enters the heart into the right atrium through two large veins, the inferior and superior vena cava. Note that all the vessels bringing blood to the heart are called veins, whether they bring oxygenated blood or not. As the atrium contracts, blood flows from your right atrium into your right ventricle through the open tricuspid valve. All four valves you have in your heart ensure that blood flows in the correct direction and prevent backflow. When the right ventricle is full, the tricuspid valve shuts. As the ventricle contracts, blood leaves the heart through the pulmonary valve into the pulmonary artery. All vessels that bring blood from the heart are called arteries, even in this case, when there is still no oxygen. The name pulmonary gives you a clue of where it is going, because pulmonary means related to lungs. So here, at the lungs, blood picks up oxygen and then travels back to the heart through the pulmonary vein. This loop from the heart to the lung is called pulmonary circulation. As the atrium contracts, blood flows from your left atrium through the open mitral valve into your left ventricle. The left ventricle is the thickest of the heart's chambers because it is responsible for pumping oxygenated blood to tissues all over the body. When the left ventricle is full, the mitral valve shuts. As the left ventricle contracts, blood leaves the heart through the aortic valve into aorta and to the body. When the blood travels from the heart to the body and back, it is called systemic circulation. The beating sound you hear every time you listen to your heart is a sound of closing and opening of the valves. First sound, lub, is the closing of tricuspid and mitral valves and is called systole, which is the contraction. At this phase, blood is ejected from the heart. Second sound, dub, is the closing sound of the pulmonary and aortic valves. This is the ventricular relaxation phase, diastole. Although its chambers are full of blood, the heart receives no nourishment from it. Coronary arteries that come from the aorta to the heart give it a blood supply. Coronary sinuses take the oxygenated blood from the heart to the right atria. This loop is called coronary circulation. Despite it is just a pump, the heart is one of the most important organs in human body. It knows no rest. It keeps you alive.